everybody, and welcome to this mini crash course about simple and compound interest. So let's just jump right in and get started. So by the end of this lesson, you will understand what interest is, know where you will encounter interest rates, as well as know how to calculate simple and compound interest. So for starters, what is interest? Everybody talks about interest. Banks talk about interest, but nobody knows what it is. So it is a money paid for borrowed money. So it's often expressed as an annual percentage rate, so an APR, and there are two main ways for it to be calculated. So simple and compound. So where will you find interest? So in paying stuff, so your credit cards have interest, buying a car, leasing a car, buying a home, large purchases in which you borrow money to pay for them, as well as school loans. And in earning, some savings accounts, you will find interest as well as different investments. So RRSPs, GICs, etc. So simple interest, I am just going to move myself to the side over here. So it's calculated I equals PRT. So I would be your interest money earned. P is your principal, which is your money invested. So it's the money you actually start with. R is your rate, so the percentage written as a decimal. And T is time as in years. So this is just a little example. So your principal amount is $1,000. Your interest rate is 5%. So time, 5 years. So you would do P equals PRT, which would be 1,000 times 0.05, because remember it has to be in a decimal, times 5. So your interest would be $250. So after 5 years, you will have $1,250, only because you add at the end, you would have to add your interest to your principal, because your principal will never change. It is what you have, it is what you have earned. So it just keeps adding on to it. So compound interest, let me just move myself again. So this one is a little bit more complicated. So it is A equals P multiplied with the brackets 1 plus R and then squared T. So A would be your amount total, P would be your principal in dollar, R would be your interest rate, the percentage as a decimal, and T would just be your time in years. So it is the same. PRT never changes. It's just the equations that kind of change. So an example, again, let's say your principal is $1,000 and your interest rate is 5% and the time is in years. So you would do 1,000 times the brackets 1 plus 0.05 because of the decimal to the exponent 5, which would end up to be $1,280. So at the end of the 5 years, you would have $1,280, because this one is just the amount total. You are not adding anything onto it. So simple versus compound interest. Which type of interest allows you to earn more money? So it would be compound interest, of course, as you saw in both examples. Why is that? So simple interest allows you to earn interest on the amount you put in, which is your principal, which means you earn the same amount of money each year. So for example, using the numbers from the example we did, you earn 5% each year on the $1,000 you started with, which is $50 every year. Now in compound interest, this allows you to earn money on the amount you already have. So for example, using the numbers from our example, in the first year, you earn 5% interest on the $1,000, making it $1,050. The next year, you earn the 5% interest on the $1,050, making it $1,102.50. So you do get more money in the compound interest. So this is just an example of investing money. So your bank has suggested you open an interest earning savings account. The rate they give you is 5% compounded annually, which means every year. If you put $5,000 in the account, how much will you have in 5 years? So let's just run this together. So it would be your compound interest. So A equals P, bracket 1 plus R bracket exponent T. So it would be 5,000 bracket 1 plus 0.05 to the exponent 5, and you get $6,400. So in 5 years, you will have $6,400. So how much did you earn in interest? So you would just do the total of the amount minus what you have initially, which is $1,400. So in 5 years, you have earned $1,400 in interest. And to conclude, this is just a little activity to help all of you understand and practice calculating interest. And this concludes this mini crash course. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, have a wonderful day.